Greetings, Pathfinders. Welcome here to our, I believe, 12th episode of Bestiary. Here I am, flexing my monster building skills and giving myself an excuse to crack some packs. So let's jump right into it. Alright, I'm still cracking some Innistrad Midnight Hunt packs because this set is really fun. I want to crack more packs from this set, and it is the newest thing. So I'll get back to die rolling other packs probably next week. Not that this won't be one of the packs I'm rolling for. Alright. So let's hear. We got Duress, an old classic, but not a creature. Might of the Old Ways. Alright, we got a Scarecrow. Great. That would be kind of fun to make. Enters the battlefield, exile one card from a graveyard. Do the Candle Guide's head turn to follow you as they pass, or merely a trick of the flickering light? Neat, neat, neat. Alright, flip the switch. We got here a zombie giant. He requires an additional stitched up creature inside of him in order to be cast, and he is a zombie giant. Kind of like that too, here we have a knight, Candle Knight Cavalry. He doesn't, I thought he transformed for a second there, my bad. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, he gains trample. It's a trampling knight. That kind of bores me a little bit. I do like the, oh no, for a second there I thought there were candles on his sword. No, there's not. They're just knight standing for some candles. Defenestrate. I love Defenestrate. I would love an entire feat called Defenestrate explicitly for Pathfinders to throw people out of windows and only windows. I know it sounds niche and silly, but it would be kind of funny. Homestead Courage, Stolen Vitality, such cool art. Look how cool that is. I think that's cool. Alright, Ecstatic Awakener, a human wizard. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card, and transform him into Awoken Demon. Alright, cool, but I feel like he's awakening another demon is the whole point of this. Like, he's sacrificing himself, so, like, it's more like 2 creatures, plus the demon itself is kind of boring. He's just a big creature, so, yeah. Alright, Gavany Dayguard. He turns night into day, and then pulls another creature out because he's a guard. It's flavorful, I guess. He's a guard. Alright, Storm Skrillex, a Drake Horror. Instant sorcery spells cost 1 less, and whenever he casts enter or spell, he gets bigger. So he eats magic and gets bigger when spells are cast around him. That is currently the front winner, I think, because I do like Drakes, and I haven't had a chance to make one yet, so that would be fun. Chaplain of Arms. When he dies, he comes back as Chapel Shieldgeist. So it's a dude. When he dies, he comes back as a protective ghost. We could do better than that. Wake to Slaughter is not a creature, and we do have a vampire token, but it's just a token. I don't want to do a token. So it looks like we are doing Storm Skrillex. Alright, so as I pull that up, just to give out some news from this last week, we have spoilers coming out from Guns and Gears. No spoilers so far from Grand Bazaar, so I guess they haven't started shipping out those yet. Glad to see people talking about stuff that I'm fortunate enough to say that I was on the team to work on. Oh, let me get that up. Scryfall, Storm Skrillex. It was announced recently that Randall will be departing No Direction after December, so only 3 more shows with him on it. So that will be that's going to be some taking to adjust to. That's going to take a while to adjust to because he really was someone special. He was an amazing host, and I don't know how anyone will be able to fill his shoes. Because him and Param have been a team for so long, man, that's going to be something else. Alright, so we're not doing Component Collector tonight. We are doing Storm Skrillex. Oh, and let me pull up the Monster Creator. Yes, last week we did Component Collector. I made a little homunculus that could zip around and either clean an area of difficult terrain or create an area of difficult terrain and sacrifice itself to heal its master. Which was a obscure reference to an inside joke at my old PFS about homunculuses and the Collar of Sacrifice from 1E. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that Component Collector. We are going to get rid of all these old ones. There we go. And we're going to look for a base monster first. That's usually the best thing to do to start out with any creation. So let's check out our list of monsters. And I think we're going to get Desert Drake, Flame Drake, Frost Drake, Jungle Drake, River Drake, Sea Drake. Sea Drake is probably the current winner, which is a level... River Drake's 3. That would be good too, but that's amphibious. We don't really want amphibious. I think Flame Drake is where we're going to start this from. A level 5 dragon. That would be cool. Alright, so here we got the stats open for Flame Drake. He has a Fang, Attack of Opportunity. The Storm Skrillex looks like it should have that. Look at him. Alright, so he has Draconic Frenzy. Yeah, I'll give it that. Fireball Breath. I don't see the Storm Skrillex as having a Fireball Breath, but we're going to modify the Breath Weapon. We'll have it have a Breath Weapon, but we're going to modify exactly what it could do with that a little later. Drake Horror. Should I give this like a... What kind of other creature type can I give this as a Drake Horror? Is Horror a type? I don't think it is. Horror. No, it isn't. Mutant? Mutant is a type. I don't like it. Aberration. Aberration. Horrors are usually like nightmares. What's a nightmare? Nightmare is a fiend. It's not quite a fiend because it's created by somebody else. What's a flesh stitch? Aberration. Flesh warps or aberrations. Alright, so I'm going to make this an aberration drake. So let's go ahead and give it the aberration type. Creature, dragon. I'm going to have it keep the dragon type as well, and then also throw in the aberration. Am I spelling that right? Aberration. I don't think I am. There's only one B, isn't there? Aberration. Yes, there is. Alright, aberrations. They usually have dark vision, and they could usually also speak Aklo. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and give him Aklo. They already have dark vision because he is a dragon. Fly speed, a breath weapon with specifics determined by the theme of the dragon. Fire types, he's not going to have fire anymore. He is stormy, so he is going to have electricity. Electricity will be his type. Which, electricity, is there already a Drake with electricity? Drake, dragon, there's dragons, blue dragons, sky dragons. So yeah, we're going to just look at Sky Dragon for a minute for resistances, weaknesses, immunities. We will go ahead and give this guy a immunity to electricity. Immunity to electricity. We will give him a... let's also give him immunity to paralyzed and sleep. There we go. And because dragons are usually immune to those kinds of things. Does this thing have AC, hit points, reflex saves? It does, it does, it does. I think he should have a higher reflex than Will. He should have more dex. This seems like a dexier than... he does have high fort. Let's give him a low will. You know what? I'm going to give him a low will. So let's give him a low wisdom because he's like a constructed aberration and all that, and a little bit higher dex. And then we are going to go ahead and flip. We're going to go ahead and give him a little lower will and a little higher reflex. That's going to make his saves quite a bit bulkier, but it's not going to be too much worse. They're still below moderate, because moderate here is a 12 at this level. Yeah, level 5. Moderate is a 12. His hit points are also pretty low, I gotta admit. Let's see if we could just check out real quick. Flesh Stitch, Skin Stitch, Flesh Warp. Flesh Warp. I'm going to check out the Dreskin Flesh Warp real quick and see if Flesh Warps usually have any kind of resistance. They're usually immune to electricity. Okay, this is perfect. Alright, they usually get a save. Is the Storm Skitcher... I'm just going to look at the card real quick, really up close. No, it's kind of pseudo-natural. It's not technically a Flesh Warp. It's just like constructed but still alive. Okay, cool. We're good. Alright, Dark Vision. I don't think it needs Scent or Smoke Vision, so I'm going to get rid of those. It will definitely have Acrobatics, Athletics. The Acrobatics could go a little higher now. Stealth, I don't think it needs... it's up in the clouds. It could keep the Stealth. That's fine. It's a really low Stealth modifier, too. Low Survival. I'm just getting rid of Survival. That's silly. Yeah, that's good on skills. All right. Oh, intelligence needs to drop like a rock. Oh, it's already low. Good. Charisma, I'm going to actually give it a -1 on charisma. Its stats are pretty abysmal. Let's give it a little... Yeah, that's fine. Alright, it has fangs. Why does it have 2 fangs? One is plus fire, and the other has reach 10 feet. That is weird. Why do flame drakes have that? Oh, I need to change the name. Alright, so Storm Skillix. Let's give... What's the flame drake's movement speed anyway? 50 feet? Yeah, that's fine. Attack bonus. Alright, I think with fangs, I definitely need to give it plus electricity. Electricity. There we have it. And that one will reach. That's cool too. Yeah, we're good with that. We're good. Alright, so special abilities. This is the cool part. Let's give it... Do we want to give this like a cloud vision? That would be kind of cool. It does fly through the clouds. It looks tethered to that lightning almost. Yeah, sure. I'm going to say clouds don't impair its vision, which means I need to go back here and write cloud vision. That's fine. And then Draconic Frenzy is great. A Tail Strike. Why does... Is that an error in Pathfinder? Flame Drakes say it can make a Tail Strike, but they don't have a Tail Strike. It says Fang. Oh no, that's just an error in Monster Tools. That psychic attack's supposed to be a tail with reach. That makes a lot more sense. While I'm here, I should look, see if there is fire, paralyzed, unconscious. Really? Flame Drakes are immune to unconscious? Oh, right, sleep. Unconscious. Okay, yeah. That's weird. Alright. And they usually have weakness cold 10. I do like the idea of giving this a weakness. What's the officer electricity for weakness? Acid? Cold? Well, it doesn't need a weakness. It already has enough. Its defenses have actually been shot compared to a flame drake. I don't need to give this poor boy any more weaknesses than it already has. Alright, so the cool thing I want to do with his breath is... I'm going to call it Spell Shock Breath. Because he is going to absorb spells, and he could burst them out of a breath weapon, or just be infused by them. So this is going to be similar to another monster I already made, because Wizards of the Coast loves that whole whenever you cast a spell, buff your creature prowess thing, which I like it too. It's a really fun archetype. It's especially good in draft. There's some fun pauper decks and what have you that do it as well, but it's especially fun in draft, let's admit it. It has become the Izzet draft archetype for a good reason. So I'm just going to pull up my old Tome Shredder real quick and read what I said it could do. It could shred Tome, kill a spell book, and it got a bonus to its... I didn't like that. I could do better than I did with Tome Shredder. Yeah, I'll do much better than I did with that. Cool. Maybe it was Soaring Thought Thief that I said did that. Energized Mind. It could steal a spell and do stuff with it. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to keep Attack of Opportunity, but we're going to give it another... We're going to get rid of Speed Surge, and we're going to give it another ability here. It's going to be a reaction. It's going to be called Spell Weft. Weft? Is Weft a word? What feels like a word? Weft, dictionary. Weft means weaving, to loom under or over, to make cloth. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so Spell Weft. That's a neat name for an ability, if I do say so myself. I want to look up real quick, Red Dragon Pathfinder 2E. Because I'm just curious if its reaction has any... It has a special reaction, doesn't it? Oh, Adult Red Dragon does not. I'm looking for... Ancient Red Dragon. Ancient Red Dragon has the redirect fire as Abjuration. Great. So let's give this Abjuration and Arcane. The Storm Skrillex, which I'm just going to copy and paste that right now so that we can redo that right here. Great. Doesn't impair a Storm Skrillex's vision. Alright, it ignored concealment from clouds. Alright, so the Storm Skrillex absorbs latent magic energy from spells cast in its presence. Alright, so trigger. A creature within 100 feet casts a spell. Effect. The Storm Skrillex Absorbs latent magic energy from the spell. It gains the... I don't want to call it a condition. There's no positive... I kind of wish now that PF2 had positive conditions, like charged 1 means +1 to attack or damage, something like that. It doesn't, though. And that's kind of disappointing. It gains a charge for every spell level. No, it gains a charge. I'm just going to say it gains a charge. That'll work. And then spell enhancement will then be a general ability with no actions. The Storm Skrillex gains a +1 circumstance bonus. To hit is painful because to hit is, well, it's a +2. Yeah, I'm going to do to hit. And then I'm going to lower its damage because it will crit for insane amounts if I don't do that. So let's do +2, +2. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so it gains a +1 status bonus, 2 attacks, 2 strikes for every charge it has using spell left. Can I just make that a part of spell left? I think I can. It gains a charge. Yeah, I'm going to just keep it in spell left. It doesn't need a whole separate ability. So, every time somebody casts a spell around it within 100 feet, it gets +1 to hit. As long as it has a charge. It gains a charge. Maybe I should limit. Yeah, I should limit it for 1 minute. Great. Okay, so Spell Shock Breath. The expels a thunderous web. I don't like web. Expels a bolt of raw arcane energy. Hey, Katie, how you doing? All right, so how far do blue dragon breath weapons tend to go? Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Drake. Desert drakes, do they have breath weapons that do bolts? No, they don't. They have a ball of electricity charged with sand to a range of 60 feet. I don't like that. Oop, excuse me. Blue dragons breath weapons usually do a lightning in an 80-foot line. Well, this is no blue dragon. It's just going to do it in a 40-foot line. 60-foot line. 40-foot, 60-foot, 60-foot line. I'm good, just playing Red Dead 2 to my PS4. That's amazing. Guns and Gears was just released for Pathfinder, which people have been using a lot of Red Dead memes because it's all about, you know, gunslingers, and there's a lot of that energy in that supplement. The Storm Skrillex expels a bolt of raw arcane energy. That deals 4d6 electricity damage plus 1d6 force damage for every charge it has to a range in a 60-foot line. DC 22 basic reflex save. The Storm Skrillex can't use Spell Shock Breath again for 1d6 rounds. Alright, it gains a charge for 1 minute and reduces the amount of time it can... Oh, there's a way to do this. Until it could use its amount of time and reduces the amount of time until it can use its breath weapon again. I know there's a better way to word that, but I'm going to look that up after the show for the final post. The Storm Skrillex gains +1 status bonus to strikes and deals 1d6 more electricity damage with its breath weapon for every charge it has using spell with. Okay, then I don't need to put it in there. All right, so cool. So this electricity dragon, magic electricity dragon, gets empowered by spells being cast around it. It can exude a breath that gets stronger when it has more spells, and while it has that extra magic energy in it, it can claw out. I was thinking of making it lose charges when it used the breath weapon, but I don't think it needs to, because like, most parties will only cast at most 2 spells a round. And usually when they see this thing charging, they're going to stop. Oh, this thing could only use the reaction once per round anyway. So at most, it's going to be increasing it once per round up to 10 times. If a fight lasts longer than 10 rounds, that's going to be a bigger problem than this thing letting loose a big breath weapon. I think this is good. I am tempted to make that 2d4 instead of 1d6 since it could lower the cooldown on the breath weapon, but frankly, I don't think we need to. All right, so we have a pretty good monster here. I'm feeling confident about it. I'll enjoy it. I think it could do some cool stuff. To talk a little bit about what we have remaining this week, I'm doing third-party, independent developed book reviews on my Indie Finder Fridays, every Friday at 4 p.m. Last week, if you want to check out my show on YouTube, I did The Zoomer from Alexander Agunis and Everybody Games, which has been reviewed even more thoroughly on my blog post on No Direction today. It lets you play a Flash-style super speedster character, which people seem to really enjoy. I also reviewed some additional emissary options and a Roman goddess-inspired adventure from a third-party developer. And this week we'll be looking at the Centaurs, the Wild West Centaurs, a lot like Red Dead right there. Play a centaur cowboy. And some other cool books that have been suggested to me on my show. And I really hope you can make it there because, especially during these trying times with everything that's happening with Paizo, the third-party developers, third-party authors need all the support they could get. Times are tough for a lot of them, and every little bit helps. So, thank you very much for watching me on my show. Oh, you'll be at work. Well, that's okay. You could watch the VOD, or you could watch it on YouTube. I would do Indie Finder later, just so more people could check it out, but immediately following my show is Arcane Mark, and I can't compete with that, because Arcane Mark is just an excellent, awesome show with 2 great hosts, and you should all check that out as well. So yeah, so I will see you all at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Pacific Daylight Time, whatever the current time is here. We'll call it Paizo time. And until then, I hope you all have an excellent week. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and you know what? Have some fun playing some games, because we could all use a break now and again. So, shameless plug is shameless. Yep, shameless plug is shameless. All right. Well, thank you very much again, and have an excellent